Watch me sway, darkness falls, and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river, I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river, down to the river. Oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, going down deep, saying, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, watching me clean, kerosene creek.
Hello guys, and welcome to Journey Ryan Live right here on my Psychic Connection. I hope everybody is having a wonderful night so far, or day, depending on where you are in the world. Looking forward to talking to each and every one of you guys. Do know that we are going to try to get to as many people as we possibly can. So we have an emoji contest in the works right now. So go ahead and post those beautiful emojis. We're going to try to get to as many questions. I can't wait to see the emojis. I can't wait to talk about the things we're going to talk about, because guys, we're going to bust open that can of worms that everybody has heard and they've been told so many times. Oh, my twin flame. We're going to get down to the bottom of the line of that. I'm going to kick the door open. I'm going to show you what's in there, because what you know to be a twin flame, let's just say what you know today was created in 1999 and was written by a duo of a man and a woman who were married. But we'll talk about that man, and we'll talk about that woman, and we'll talk about the control they tried to have. Yeah, they did pretty good for the most part, unless, you know, you're one of those people that know that that's some new bubblegum bullshit that really doesn't make any sense. But I'll tell you what the real definition of a twin flame is, because the terminology is real. Twin flame isn't new. It was used in the 15th century. But it wasn't. And Emma says, that's mind-blowing. Laugh out loud. Right. So we're going to talk all about that throughout the show as we go through. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't somebody out there for all of us. We call those soulmates. That terminology hasn't changed, just because many people throughout time have heard, you're going to find your soulmate. And people get discouraged about, when am I going to find my soulmate? Well, stop chasing dum-dum and actually wait for the person that's supposed to come into your life. Stop allowing the people that treat you like shit to take control. And Sweetly says, great learning lesson. Absolutely, because there is nowhere in this world where people need to be allowing those narcissists to control and rule your life. Why are you letting people have power over you like that? I'm someone who likes to empower people. And Lexi says, preach. And I'll explain the rest of that. And Blue says, preach. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to being able to explain that, knock the doors open, and let you guys see into the world of what a twin flame actually is, what a twin flame has been made out to be, and what it really isn't. So we got a lot to go over. But how we do things here, guys, you're going to go ahead and put your specific question in the chat. If you guys have a general read, head over to mypsychicconnection.com, where you sign up, get 3 free minutes. When you do, you can talk to any of the psychics that you would like over there. We don't do generals here on the network because we only have 2 minutes to get to your question if you're doing a free. And sometimes talking about a general question leads into things that maybe you don't want the world to know. Remember, we are on iHeartRadio, YouTube, Facebook, and tons of other places, 196 platforms, to be honest with you. And sometimes you're kind of like, oh, don't talk about that part. You asked for the general. I'm going to give you the general information that's being provided to me. So, you know, I'm not looking at the fact check there to make sure that's not something you're wanting me to talk about. I'm just going, general read, no problem. First of all, you know what I mean? Like, your boyfriend's cheating on you. You need to stop overspending. You need to stop doing this. Like, it can get gruesome, and you can look at it and be like, shut the hell up. You know, so general reads, save those for the website. We'll be more than happy to talk one-on-one in private, and we can do a general and break that all down for you. You can talk to me or any of the other psychics from our show, plus psychics you guys haven't even had a chance to see, meet, or hear from. They're on the website as well. So, guys, check that out. That's mypsychicconnection.com. Guys, do know that anybody who donates tonight, we have a couple different donations. We have a quick read, a mini read, mediumship, and a mega. Those are my 3Ms. The 3Ms are not timed. The quick read is up to 5 minutes long. And a portion of all those donations will be going to the Salvation Army Turkey Drive. So, guys, we are trying to raise money. Thanksgiving's around the corner, so we want to get some money up so we can actually get that money in on time so they can get those turkeys and provide meals for families at that time of the year. So, and of course, we're going to be doing toys for tots and, St. Jude again and a whole bunch of different ones. We always find cool and new places to donate to, and we love doing it. We've been doing it that way. Gosh, I've been doing donated readings for a really long time, but to actually donate a portion of each one of the donations, I've been doing that for at least the last 10 years, 10 or 15 years, right around that time frame. But it's just always been a staple of what we do here. I introduced it to everybody who works here. They love the idea, and that's why we continue to keep doing it today. So, and believe it or not, a lot of what you guys don't know is that even though your readers get a portion of those donations as well to help them with the network, they also provide more of their donation over to the charities as well. So they give and then they give a little bit more. So it's absolutely amazing. That's why I love working with the team that we have, because they're just absolutely amazing people. All right, guys. Now, the emoji contest, I see it going strong. Guys, do remember, if you do not ask a specific question, you will be skipped. The questions will be given to me at random. I don't know who's going first unless you are a donated read. Donated reading will put you at the top of the list and will guarantee your reading. Now, if you hit the mega will jump you ahead of all the lines and put you first in line no matter what. Cassie says, best team ever. Absolutely. I think so as well. Jasmina always putting out those beautiful emojis. Guys, do know that the person who wins the emoji contest will be getting a reading with my Sacred Forest deck, and we'll find out. That is the only time I will be giving out my general reads. It's at that moment in time. All right. Emma says, my second connection is iconic. Thank you, sweetheart. We try to be different. We try to give back. We try to make things fun. We try to give you information when something seems like it's bad and it may hurt your feelings. We try to give you the information that shows you why it needs to happen and how we need to get there. So everything happens for a reason. Remember that. Guys, make sure we're sharing us out far and wide as we can. We're going to try to get to as many places and people as we possibly can. Jean says, Journey Ryan and Lexi, soon. Hello, loves. Hello, honey. Firefly says, hi, Journey. Remember, we've got Squirrel and Marty Fox in the back, working the back, keeping things all good for us back there. Cassie says, yes, JR live. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Lexi says, Jasmine says, hey, Journey. Hey. All right. Loving it. And Sweetly says, we're going all over the place. Mina, okay. I'm on a timer. Energy says, yay, it's Journey. We're keeping you guys on your toes, or they're keeping me on my toes. Somebody's doing something. And Lexi says, woo, thank you, Squirrel and Marty. They're most appreciated, and guys, they do a great job back there, and they try to keep me on my toes. Clearly. All right, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to get to some questions, so let's go ahead and see what we got first. All right, we got the lightning round, guys. The lightning round is where you're going to ask as many yes/no questions as you possibly can. You can ask more than one, but make them separate because you will lose out on your questions if you ask them all at once. Do them separate. Each one is a separate question, so that way we can give the yes or the no, because not all of them are going to be the same. And if you add the word soon, that can change a yes to a no or an undetermined. Sometimes undetermined just means that the answer is not provided, or there's not enough information to go forward with it. All right, Jasmina says, will I go on a trip? Yes. Kat says, does Matthew have feelings for me? Yes. Firefly, has Scorpio ever felt I could be his soulmate? Yes. Emma, will my engagement ring have a large diamond in the future? No, but there's a reason for that. Uh, Mina says, will I find my soulmate this year? No. Andrea says, does Carlos believe his brother about all the stuff his brother said about me? No. Kat, does Matthew know I have feelings for him? Yes. Sweetly, should I just figure working for myself instead of getting trapped working for someone? That's tricky, but yes. Lexi, am I shifting onto the right path? Undetermined. There's a reason for that. Emma, should I romanticize my life more often? No. Firefly, does Scorpio want to spend more time with me? Yes. Yasmina, will I win the millions jackpot? No. Andrea says, does my baby daddy still love me still? Yes. You guys were diving in deep with those questions, and some of those I could have really dived in deep. If you guys want to know anything more about the questions you just asked about that yes, or why it was a yes, or why it was a no, or why I had a little bit of a rebuttal at the end of that, you guys can always click the donation link. It'll be in the chat somewhere. It also is pinned to our Facebook channel and to the YouTube. So guys, make sure if you guys want to do that, you guys make sure you guys put your question in that you're wanting to ask. All right. Emma says, you got the diamond part right. My boyfriend prefers smaller diamonds. It's not the only thing I saw there. That's why I was like, there's more to that. There's definitely more to that. All right, guys, let's get this party started. Let's have some fun tonight. We're going to dive deep, remember, and we're going to talk about our twin flames tonight. But I want to get to the first question of the evening, and then we'll dive a little bit into some twin flames. All right, let's go ahead and take our first question. Who do we got? We've got Firefly. Firefly says, I feel Scorpio has his guard up and shifted away from me towards Miss W. She spoke ill of me again and has made very bold sexual moves on him. How has his attraction and feelings towards me changed? So the thing about what you're seeing and what you're projecting, that's not his feelings, and that's not what's happening as you're projecting. And the thing that's happening here of him pulling back or feeling a little awkward around you is the way that you're handling the situation. She has always sexualized herself. Miss W is always going to come full force. She's like a 7-Eleven. She's open 24/7 to anyone and everyone. So don't fall for that, because he sees her as that. She's a convenience store. Like, gross. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. You want something that's not seen it from everywhere. And she put, oh dear heck. Yeah, she is gross. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm being honest. That's how he sees her. With you, the thing is that you may not be saying anything out loud, but your face is giving subtitles. And the way you're acting is giving subtitles. So your body language is telling a story. Your face is definitely telling a story. and he's looking over while she's being all like boobs on his shoulder, and he's seeing you and you're cringing. So your face is telling a story before you can tell him the story. So he's backed off a little bit. He thinks that you see him as the disgusting one. This is why communication needs to be your strong suit. And Firefly says, so he's picking up on my signs. Exactly. He's reading what you're not. Ugh. Got to be careful. I'm the same way. My face will tell you before my mouth does. And sometimes I get just as shocked about what comes out of my mouth as everybody else in the room does. So it just happens. All right. So, and Cassidy says, like a 7-Eleven journey. He saw her as gross. I can't help it. It was just like, when I hang out with you, do I get a shot of penicillin? Kind of like, I feel like I need it. And Firefly says, thank you, Journey. You are so welcome. And remember that, honey, when he's around her, he feels like he needs a shot of penicillin. All right, so we're talking about twin flames. Now, I want to know in the audience, how many of you guys have heard of twin flames and that you believe that a twin flame is so, and Monica says, you looking good. Well, thanks. I'll take a compliment. All right. So when it comes to twin flame, you've heard this is a person that doesn't understand you and that you guys are on different levels and you guys are, eventually you guys are going to come together. Blue says, heard of it. All right. So you've heard of it and you've probably heard it the way I just explained it. You guys don't see eye to eye yet, but you guys will get there. It's a complicated relationship. You've heard all of that. And Lexi says, I heard of them and used to believe it was a good thing till I started watching your shows. Absolutely. And a lot of people, and Fireflies heard some say twin flames not real. Okay, I will get to that because it is totally real. But it is not real in the way that you believe it to be real. So somebody took the definition of twin flame, twisted it into something else. Two narcissists wrote a book and they've been spewing that shit like it was the Bible. It's not, and it's bullshit. And anybody that tells you, oh, I need my twin flame. No, the hell you don't. That definition of a twin flame where the narcissist tells you that it's okay for a person to treat you like shit or be rude to you and all these other things, absolutely not. Twin flames, that is not what a twin flame is. Twin flames are someone who encourage you. Twin flames are the people that get you, let's say there's something that you have a hard time talking about. You don't want to talk about something. They encourage you to speak about it. They encourage you to do things. Some people call them best friends. Some people call them counselors. Some people call them journeys. Some people call them other things. Angela says, is twin flame the same as a soulmate? No, they're not. So a soulmate is someone that is more of the romantic. A soulmate is someone who's romantic or someone who you deeply love. So you can have a soulmate as a best friend, but doesn't make you lovers. You could have a twin flame as a counselor, a coach, a mother, a father, a best friend, a brother, a sister, someone who's going to encourage you to do things, someone that's going to give you strength that is strength you didn't have before. That is what a twin flame is. It's someone who comes into your life and they give you that boost of courage. So it's not what this book that was written in 1999, and then this book has been rewritten about 150 times, spewed by so many other people, that it's lost its meaning in translation because someone created a story. You have a better chance of getting facts out of the Harry Potter books than you are out of that book about twin flames, because it speaks nothing about the encouragement. It really talks about narcissists trying to control people. And never give your free will to anybody. Don't do it. Stay in control of your life. Do you want a twin flame? You do, but not the one that these books have been spewing. You want somebody who is going to be real with you, that's going to encourage you, and they're going to be there for you. Not a love that is so difficult to be in because you guys don't see eye to eye. You know what that's called? An asshole, a narcissist. Angela says, do twin flames have to be I know what you're trying to say. On Earth at the same time. So, no. It's someone who's going to encourage you to do something. It's a soul, another soul that's encouraging to do something. It could be a loved one that's passed. It could be a friend that's passed. It could be somebody from a past life that brings forth. It could be one of your guides. Believe it or not, guys, it could be one of your own guides pushing you to do something you wouldn't have done. Firefly says, need this twin flame lesson. Absolutely. What you're looking for when it comes to love is a soul connection. You're looking for someone that you meet eye to eye with. That's different. This twin flame, he's treats you like shit, but it's okay because he's learning his life lessons and you're there for it. What you just said, let me put it in layman's terms. I don't feel like anybody else wants to be with me, so I'm going to put up with his narcissistic bullshit, treat me like shit. So I'm going to call him my twin flame and we're going to be good to go. And I'm going to be miserable the whole time. Blue says, I want a man, not a child. Absolutely, Blue. Absolutely. You want somebody who's going to meet you on your level. Never try to date like this. Are you going to look down the whole time? Or are you going to look up the whole time? Just depends on where you are on that narcissistic level of what the hell is this? Would you hang out with a friend that would do that to you? Absolutely not. Blue says, I'm single because I ain't dealing with none of that. Exactly. But you're single because you will not abuse yourself. You should be proud of yourself, Blue. Be 100% proud of that. I want all of you who are in here that do stand, they have boundaries, you respect yourself, and you're not going to let somebody treat you like shit. Cassidy says, Journey, Journey, is this a public service? Absolutely, 100%. Because I'm twin flaming everybody in this room right now. Twin flame, no crazies. And Blue says, thank you. Respect yourself, Blue. And that's what you do when you do not start dating somebody because you feel the need to have somebody. And Sweetly says, no crazies. Absolutely not. Just because someone you see may be crazy to you, they are completely normal to someone else. And I need to put it to you this way. Somewhere in the world, someone is dating your ex saying, I just met the best person in the whole world. I think they're my twin flame. You deserve each other. You deserve each other. Because if you believe that someone's allowed to treat you that way, then you deserve that. Why? Because you're allowing it to happen. You're allowing that to happen. Do not do that. Don't let somebody control you. You've got more power in your left pinky than that person should have over your entire life. Don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. With that, and Sweetly says, I pray for them. Exactly. If you knew one of my exes, you'd be, you're going to need an exorcist to remove that one. Thank God I knew how to do the little magic of my own to get rid of that one. Anyway, let's go ahead and take our next question. Who do we got? And Lexi says, hey, Journey, do you see if me deleting my social media either temporarily or permanently would be good for my mental health? I've taken a step back recently and feel like it may be doing more harm than good. Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you so much. All right. So, Lexi, when it comes down to social media, it's not necessarily social media that is what's bringing you down or making you, what you're doing is isolating yourself. The cool thing about social media is that you can control the content that you watch and you can control the people who are on your pages. If you don't want to have certain people on your page, it is not a requirement. And I've heard people say this too. I can't believe you're not on my social media. Um, I didn't know it was a requirement. And if it's the case, I don't want to be. You don't have to be a part of someone's social media page. I know everybody's looking for a follower. Everybody's looking for this, looking for that. You do not have to do that. You choose and pick what you want. You choose and pick what you see. You see a video on your social media that you don't like, hide that message. Don't want to see it. Delete that message. Don't want to see it. Doesn't mean that person's completely bad. Maybe something that you don't agree with, but it doesn't mean that you're being forced to watch their rhetoric. You don't have to watch that stuff. Just allow yourself a certain amount of time of social media. Don't let it control your entire life. Lexi says, I did a massive cleanse, but I feel like some of the reels I see are pretty toxic and bad for my mental health. Those are the ones you start blocking. Those are the ones you start deleting. You know, you can you can clean up your algorithm. Because basically what's happening is you've watched videos similar to this. Damn. All right, so it's kind of like breaking up with your twin flame. Get rid of the toxicness. You don't need that in your life. It's not necessary. But what I can tell you guys is that when it comes to social media, you are in charge. You are in control. And if someone says, I'm not going to be your friend no more, well, welcome to grade school. Apparently, you weren't my friend anyway. I mean, seriously. If someone came to me and was like, I don't like you because you're not on my social media, I would laugh. I would be like, okay, bye. Don't be my friend then. I didn't realize that social media was that big to you. I could see it if it's a business. Lexi says, thank you, Journey. You are so welcome, sweetheart. I could see if you're running a business and your people are following your business. Lexi says, I'm happy with my 20 followers. And that's what matters. But when I do my social media, and if a lot of you that do follow me on social media, you will know that everything I do is my psychic connection based. I don't really share my life like that on social media. It's not that I don't. Every once in a while I post some things. But for the most part, mine's about connection, healing people, and getting out there. Because literally, if you knew me personally in a physical level, you would know I am on the calls, doing readings 24 hours a day. I'm constantly doing something for somebody, building something for somebody. I'm always doing something. And everybody's like, oh, well, you don't have any time for yourself. I do make some time for myself, but I actually like doing what I do. I love reading for people. I love giving people that message that they need to hear, rather than the bubblegum bullshit that I've heard people feed other people. And I'm like, that's not real. They're going to get hurt. And that's why I love to be that person. I love doing this all the time. A lot of people have worked with me. The people that work with me, they're always, Emma says, Journey is one of the best people I know. Well, thank you, sweetheart. But Squirrel, Cassidy did it the other night on her show. She was like talking in a general context. And it was like, don't work too hard, Journey. Like, they do it all the time. Squirrel, Cassidy, Energy, Kay, they throw my name. When someone says don't work too hard, and they're like, yeah, Journey. Yeah, I like to work, but I also love what I do, so I don't consider it work. I feel like it's a great mission. And if I do need to take a break, I say so. I don't hide the fact when I need to take a break for me. I will say, all right, today I'm not doing anything. So, and I'll play a game. I'll watch some movies and things like that. Cassidy says, the world is lucky to have you. Well, I thank you for that, Cassidy. I appreciate it. And the world's just as lucky to have you. And the world is just as lucky to have everybody that's here tonight to be together. Because everything has its purpose and everyone has its place. So, let's keep it going, guys. Do remember, if you guys want to go deeper into your questions, you guys can donate. In order to do so, just click the link in the chat, and we'll be more than happy to do that. And remember, a portion of donations will be going to the Salvation Army. All right? let's go ahead and take the next question. Who do we got? That is right, my friends. It is time. It is time for the lightning round. This is the lightning round number 2.0. All right. I think we should change that on here and be like lightning round 2.0. All right. So, we guys, make sure you ask as many yes/no questions as you possibly can. And we're going to try to take as many as we can. Okay, guys? So, yes, no, me to death. I'm going to try to get to as many as possible. All right. We got D says, well, I need to look for a new job after my meeting with HR. Yes. Monica, will I get a surprise today? No. Nicole, can you see if my daughter will be with me past January? Can you rephrase that question, please? Jasmina says, will I buy a house? Yes. Crystal, is Johnny thinking about me? Yes. Roswell, is Paul attracted to me? Yes. Emily says, should I go home for the winter? No. Crystal, will I move to Virginia next year? No. Monica, will I be successful in hypnotherapy? Yes. Andrea says, will Carlos ever talk to me about our relationship? Yes. There's so much more to that. Will my daughter be with me past January? Same question. Keep going. Blue. Is Nick in love with me? Undetermined. So there's a reason why I have to say that. Sweetly, should I get a new car? Should I get a new car within a few months? No. Crystal, does Johnny's mom want to talk to me about him? Yes. Emily, will I find love soon? No. Liz, will things start going positive for me? Yes. Emma, should I be kinder to myself? 1000% yes. Lexi, will October be overall positive for me? Yes. Emily, will I have a happy future? Yes. Crystal, does Johnny's mother miss our relationship? Undetermined. There's a reason I had to say that too. Crystal, is Jay thinking about me? No. Emily, will I have a good school semester? Yes. Monica, am I getting answers from the divine? Yes. Nicole, will I have custody of my daughter past January? Yes. Blue, will I meet my soulmate this year? No. Lexi, will I be able to buy a house for me and my son in the next 3 years? I almost said next 3 months. No, but yes, the next 3 years. All right, guys. Wow. So much. And then like some of the way that the questions are worded depends on where my psychic brain has taken me. So I always sometimes have to ask to either rewrite the question or something like that. So the way that it was worded was there was a different version of what you were trying to ask in my head. And that was coming through, which was not the way you were trying to ask the question. All right. So that's why clarification is basically all I needed there. Because we can hear a different amount of yeses and nos. That's why we can't go into depth with that during that. Monica says lightning rounds are always awesome. Yes, they are fun. And Nicole says, thank you. You're so welcome, Nicole. Monica says, thank you, Journey. You are welcome. Nicole says, you're so appreciate you. Appreciate you as well for being here. Guys, make sure we're sharing us out far and wide and sending us out everywhere, okay? I want to get to as many people as possible, guys. We want to watch this YouTube channel and our Facebooks grow because we are trying to get to some bigger numbers here. We love everybody and we love being here, but we want to see some new faces too. Just like once upon a time, you guys were all a new face to us. And I do see some new faces in here. All right. Well, let's keep it going, guys. Let's go ahead and take our next question. Who do we got? We've got Jean. Jean says, may I ask what you see for my connection with MJ for the rest of the year? Are you and MJ not communicating right now? There seems to be a very low communication, if not any communication. It's feeling pretty low, Jean. The thing is that when it comes down to what's happening here between you guys, I definitely feel things will get better. They will get stronger. But I'm trying to figure out what's kind of pulled you guys apart a little bit, because it's not coming through in the way that I would say this is a positive experience at the moment. And I feel as though I'm picking up a lot of your feelings versus MJ's feelings. And what I can say to that specific situation is that what you're doing and what's going to happen will have clarity within. She says it's long distance. Okay, that's why. But that communication is lower than normal. It's not. Something's missing. Maybe you guys are missing each other in the sense of like the lack there of, I tried to reach out to you, but I missed you. You tried to reach out to me, but you missed me. And it's coming off a little bit differently. And it's making you guys, both of you are feeling a little bit at odds with the situation. Nothing bad. Just like, are they upset with me? Are they mad with me? And neither one of you are upset nor mad with each other. I just don't feel like you are connecting in that moment at the moment. But I do feel like, things will, water under the bridge and things will be okay. But I both think that you're thinking something that's not happening. So you're jumping to conclusions. Things will be okay between the two of you. As a matter of fact, I see a stronger bond on the horizon between the two of you. As we go into October, I feel like, I'd say around the second week of October, things get a little bit tighter between the two of you. And we got the bell. If you want to dive a little bit deeper in that, just go ahead and click that donation link. Guys, do know it is pinned to our Facebook and our YouTube channels. If you're on iHeartRadio and would like to get a question in, all you got to do is hop over to our YouTube channel, go to My Psychic Connection, and it shows that we are live right now, where you guys can ask your questions. Because I know we've got millions of people on our iHeart network that don't get a chance to ask questions, which we do hope to change in the future with having a phone line installed for the system itself. And Jean says, at Journey Ryan, thank you for your time and insight, love. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. But that distance is causing you guys to not see things quite the way you want to see them. So you guys are thinking things that you're not wanting to think, because it's not really happening. You guys are just missing, like, oh, are you at this corner? No, I am. Oh, nope, I'm back here. Are you back here? Are you 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 here? You guys are missing each other just by moments, but don't overanalyze it and don't overthink it. All right, so now we were talking about twin flames. We've talked about the nonsense that was written, and I've read quite a bit of stuff about these twin flames as we've gone through, because I want to know what are people taking in as knowledge or facts and things of that nature. And I've read a lot of narcissistic shit in these books. It is not healthy for you to allow somebody to treat you like that. It is not healthy, and it is not okay. Where you're like, hold it in and don't say nothing. You're hurting me. If I don't say ow, you're not going to know that you're hurting me. Or if I don't verbalize some reason that I'm in pain because of you hurting me. So never hold back the things that, like, hey, that hurts my feelings when you talk about things like that, or you're physically hurting me. There's a lot of things in these twin flame books that I've read that is completely like narcissistic control and allowing someone to have power over you. The only person that should have power over you is you. And I'm going to say this, your husband, your wife, your parents, nobody should have power over you. You should be able to make decisions for yourself and know what's right for you. They're allowed to provide advice and offer advice or what they feel or think, but that doesn't mean they get to control you. They don't get to control you. So remember, do not let these people, when they're like, oh, it's a twin flame relationship, it's okay for him to punch you in the face every now and then. No, it's not. No, it's not. So the thing is that don't let people have that kind of power over you. It's not worth it. That's not a twin flame. The definition of a twin flame is someone who's going to encourage you. As a matter of fact, twin flame is a very powerful thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has anything to do with love. Energy says, I agree. There's a lot of nonsense out there about both twin flames and soulmates. Exactly. There's a lot of things out there that because someone wrote something else, somebody wanted to write some bubblegum bullshit to make it seem like they knew more. I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and tell it like it is. You can take me at my word, or you can continue to believe what you want to believe. Guess what? I can provide you advice. You don't have to take it. Shocker. That means you have control over what you believe in and what you feel. So you are allowed to believe what you want. I never take anyone's free will away, and nobody else should either. So, with that being said, I'm going to keep it going. Who do we got next? Emma says, and that's why we love Journey. He tells it like it is. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I do appreciate that. All right, who do we got next on the list? Oh, we got Seashells. Says, my question is, why is the wedding on Sunday? Why is the wedding on Sunday so rushed? Something feels off. It is for my sister-in-law. Looking at this situation when it comes to a wedding that's rushed, there's many things. And she says, thank you. The thing with this wedding is like there are so many mirrors. That means there's so many illusions behind it. And I feel as though someone is about to get themselves into something that if they don't hurry within the first 6 months to get it annulled, they're going to find themselves in financial jeopardy. So someone's doing something. The truth is not being told within this relationship. And it's basically telling me that this relationship shouldn't even be here. They shouldn't be here yet. And to look at it is that it's a one-sided relationship. I don't feel that this relationship is real. I feel like one person feels something, the other one's blowing smoke and mirrors. It's all illusions. There's a lot of fakeness behind it. And the other one's not sure, but they want to believe them because they're looking for somebody. This is someone that's going to cause trouble. And I need you to realize it. Well, the only thing you can do is provide them with being there for them, because anything that you may say to the sister-in-law is going to create problems. Do not do that. That was a big yikes. I mean, I saw it and was just like, whoa. There's a lot there, and it is not. That is just definitely not healthy. It was definitely not a healthy situation. All right. So, kind of goes in line with what we were talking about when it comes to twin flames, the fake twin flames. And I saw that my sister-in-law is 22 years old. Okay. There's nothing you can really do about that situation. And I'm going to say that for anybody. You can provide information. Sometimes, I have a feeling about something. Doesn't always necessarily mean you have to say it. But if they're asking, I will not get involved. Good. Save yourself from that drama, but know to be there for them. And Seashells said, thank you. You are so welcome. So welcome. But there's a lot of things that are going on in the world, and sometimes we feel something, and it's not always, just because you feel something doesn't always necessarily mean you have to say it. But if they come to you and ask what you're feeling, there's a way to explain it to them where it doesn't seem like why you question certain things. There's a way to deliver, is what I'm trying to say. So, all right. If you guys want to be added to the list, go ahead and post a specific question. If you guys want to get on our list tonight, make sure it's a specific question. Any general questions will not make the list, as we save our general questions over for mypsychicconnection.com. And you guys can ask any specific questions over there as well, as long as you want to get a one-on-one private reading with one of the psychics on the website. All right, guys, we're going to keep it going. Let's go ahead and Seashell says, I understand. I don't agree with it. I think she is pregnant, but who knows? Ooh, yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take our next question. Let's go ahead and Mystic Bond. So Mystic says, any clarity about me and Francisco? We are in no contact after we walked away from the connection, and it was hard for me to do so, and I'm proud of you. Should we reconnect or move on? What does he feel now? All right, so the thing here, and Mystic says thank you. So I don't like this feeling from F. That's what I'm going to call them. It's F. I don't like the energy that they're providing, because they feel that you should be coming back to them, like you owe them something. And I don't feel that's the way that it should be. Looking at what I'm seeing here and what's before you, is that as hard as it was for you to walk away, you walked away from being treated poorly. You walked away from everything being there in their version of the right way. And you got to tell yourself, do I want to keep punishing myself, or do I want to do something and move forward? Do I want to change things up? Do I want something better for myself? Mystic says, I suspected that he's a manipulator. Oh, that's putting it kindly. Manipulator, liar, narcissist. There's a lot. This is a very bad person and does different things to different people. That's why I added all of those extra names to what you were saying as a manipulator, because he's constantly putting on a new mask for someone else to see. And he tries to play the victim. He's not the victim. He's the villain. He is definitely the villain. All right. Well, honey, if you want to dive deeper into that, we most certainly can. Go ahead and click that. And she says, yes, he told me lies to cover his ass. Exactly, 100%. Saw that. That was like, wow, there's a ton of lies, narcissism. Like, but I'm so glad. And that's another, like what she just said. I had to walk away, but it was hard for me to do. Congratulations. You got tired of touching the fire. You got tired of getting burned. You got tired of being hurt. And I celebrate that with you, but I also celebrate anybody else that has had to walk away from a situation. We can't keep doing that to ourselves. We can't keep punishing ourselves, because if you can't respect yourself and your own boundaries, how are you going to expect anybody else to respect those boundaries? And Mystic says, thank you so much. I needed to hear this. Absolutely. Sometimes we just need a reminder. Sometimes we need to look back. Maybe if we're writing down things in our journal, we look back and like, ooh, this was nasty. Oh, people are like, oh, get it out of your system. Sometimes it comes as just as in handy of getting it out of your system as it does for you to have a reference. Because time will erase pain sometimes, or it will erase certain things because it happened so much it just felt like second nature. But then you go back and you read it and you're like, holy, what the hell was I thinking? Who hit me in the head? Like, I would never let my friends go through that. Why the hell would you let yourself go through that? Take your own advice. What would you do if your friend was going through what you were going through? What would you tell your friend? Good. Now do it yourself, because that's what you need to be doing. Do not let people take your power. Do not let people have control over you. There's a thing of give and get. If you're always giving and you're getting treated poorly, it ain't worth it. All right? All right, guys, let's keep it going. I see the emoji contest is still kicking ass and taking names. Let's go ahead and take that next question. Who do we got? We've got Emily. Emily says, why shouldn't I go home for the winter? So when it came down, and this comes from your question from the yes-no round where I said no. From what I saw in the winter and traveling for you is I feel like going home is going to open a can of worms that you're not ready for. And I feel like there's some judgment coming from some of the people that shouldn't be judging. So kind of like those who live in glass shit houses shouldn't throw stones because shit splatters. The thing about it is that you are in a place where you're working on things. You're getting better. You're really making a life for yourself. You're doing what's right for you rather than what's right for everybody else. So I want you to focus your time and energy to continue to do that. Do you want to go back the following winter? Absolutely. Not this winter. You are not ready. You are still too raw. Your emotions are all at the surface. There's a thin layer of protection. I don't want you to have that thin layer of protection destroyed because it needs to build up. I miss my family though, and I understand that. But when it comes down to being able to go and visit, I would do it at a time where it's not the winter time. Maybe try a spring trip or maybe do something in the fall. We're like right around the corner from that, but spring trip. But wintertime, I would say no to. I don't like the energy and I don't like what it'll do to you. And it will hurt you. But what you said was, I miss my family, so that trumps any type of pain that I'm going to go through. No, it doesn't. I miss a lot of things in my life too. But I'm not going to allow certain things to happen in my life. There's so much more to that. But, Emily, I hope you take that advice. Hopefully you understand. And thank you so much for your question. So, how many of you out there tonight so far have learned a little something about twin flames and what you were made to believe versus what it truly is? Because coming to this subject of twin flames, when you talk about things like that, where someone wants to believe in something so badly that when you talk about it, you're not talking about it in a positive light, but you're not talking about it negatively, just certain aspects of the make-believe stuff that has been put together because someone did not interpret this, because twin flames, the word twin flames was used in the 15th century. But it was for somebody who encouraged you and took you out of your comfort zone to do positive things. You know, it had nothing to do with that. Crystal says, I've learned a lot tonight. Thank you, Journey. You are so welcome. Guys, do know if you guys are putting your questions in the chat, please. You don't have to put them in caps. The back is in control, and I've noticed that all night long. So if you could, you guys all know it's proper etiquette not to scream on the internet, so it's kind of disrespectful. Not calling anybody out, but I've seen lots of y'all do it tonight. Please be respectful. All right. So the thing is that now all right. Twin flames. All right. So I'm back. I got it. Service announcement. But yeah, the twin flame thing, we've been missing. A lot of people have misinterpreted it. You got a twin flame, 15th century. That was someone that encouraged you. Cassidy says this has been awesome, and I really want you guys to really look for that friend or that mentor, that counselor or that teacher, that parent, even your best friend, your sister, your brother, whoever it is. A twin flame is someone that's going to help give you strength and push you to do the good thing that you wouldn't do for yourself. That is what a twin flame is. It's not about finding a lover that you guys don't meet eye to eye. Once upon a time, he was here and you were there, and he was allowed to treat you like crap because he's going through something. or she's allowed to treat you like crap because she's going through something. No. If that's the real twin flame, energy says, yeah, they don't have it. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It's actually not even a romantic partner. It says nothing to the definition of it being a romantic partner. Roswell says, Journey, I am sorry. There are too many emojis. I thought caps was a way to be seen. No, sweetheart. No, it's not you. It was multiple people. But the emojis are because they're playing a game to win the emoji contest, which is happening right now. Who do we got for our emoji winner tonight? Jasmina. All right. Congratulations, Jasmina. You are getting a reading with a Sacred Forest deck. I almost said Whispers from the Forest deck, and Jasmina said, yay! And guys, don't take anything that I said about the caps the wrong way. I just want to let everybody know that it gets other people to do it, and then they write bad things in all caps. So trust me, I live. So I'm not broken. I'm not broken. I will make it through this. I promise you I'm not crying. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what we've got going on here for Jasmina. Jasmina. Success. You're allowing your success to be on the back burner to provide success for other people. Stop doing that. Jasmina, why are you putting everybody before yourself? Do you know if you allow yourself to be successful as well, or allow yourself to be successful with them, you guys can both be successful and be happy? Because if you're not successful and then you're feeling down about it, you're no good to the person who's asking or coming to you for that same success. So be aware of what you're doing to yourself, because you can't keep putting everybody before yourself. It's a lesson I've had to learn on my own. I always put everybody before myself. And I stopped doing that for the most part. There's certain people I put above me, like my mom, my grandma, things like that. But they love me. I love them. We have an understanding. They'll put themselves before me, and I'll put myself before them too. So it happens. Jasmine says, I'm learning. Jasmina says, I'm learning. All right, it's time for you to go with the flow. You got the flow here. Allow yourself to realize when you don't have it to give, it is not worth giving, because what you're giving is not worth your time. The thing is that you are fighting the current rather than going with the flow. Do you know you're going to have more strength going with the flow than you are fighting the current? And you seem to resist a lot of your own energies, your own things that are being provided to you in your life, or something good has been given to you, and then you end up giving what's good to you to somebody else, and you hurt the person who gave you the good stuff. And she's like, yeah. You need to reserve some of your energy for certain days. There's only some times where you have to go against what everybody's flowing with, because sometimes you ain't vibing with it. Then you can go against the current, because that doesn't necessarily mean anything to you. Like this whole twin flame situation where I was talking about it. Everybody goes with the flow with it. I wasn't going to, because I know what twin flames are. I have studied and studied and studied. I've been studying for over 25 years. I still haven't stopped studying. As a matter of fact, I'm about to graduate from another course. I'm about to graduate with more education. I will always keep being the student, because I love being able to tell people what I've learned, how interesting things are, what I've seen psychically. Don't get me started. I even studied the Bible too, and I've got my certificates on that. I have studied 73 different religions, and I have got a doctorate in spirituality. So, PhD and everything. Oh, I'm fancy. All right, so, in order for you to get back on track, sometimes it's okay for you to retreat. It's not always okay for you to keep moving in a direction when you're exhausted, or you've overgiven and you don't have any extra to give, and then you're like, well, I don't have much, but here's what I have left. Sometimes you've got to keep a little for yourself, Jasmina. Just allow yourself to do what's right. do what's right for you, but you can do what's right by you and still help other people by saying, hey, listen, I'm really exhausted tonight. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'm gonna get back with you tomorrow or the next day. Even I take a day off or take time off. Sometimes it's not every week. Sometimes I'm just really excited and I want to get in touch with people. And Jasmina says, I hear you. So just allow yourself a little bit of you time and you should be okay. Your success is being put on a back burner because you're allowing everybody else to take your energy. Sometimes it's okay to go with the flow, and it's okay to take a little bit of time for yourself. All right? Well, Jasmina, thank you so much. And if any of you guys loves your readings, don't forget to go over to Journey Ryan Live /reviews and leave me a review, or any of the psychics that we have here on our shows. You can leave them a review. That means, guys, your names are going to be put in a drawing, and whoever we draw will win a free paid reading. So yes, that is one of the perks of that. And Jasmine says, many thanks. You're so welcome. You're the best. You are too, sweetheart. Just don't give too much of yourself. Sometimes we got to keep a little for ourselves. We got to keep the lights on inside. Keep the lights on inside. Because when we lose the light within us, the darkness is what comes in. So we lose the light within us, the darkness comes in. Andrea says, thank you, love. I appreciate all that you do for us. Absolutely. And I appreciate all of you guys coming in here, opening up your hearts, your feelings, everything that you guys go through, and allow yourself to be vulnerable with us, because it takes a lot of guts to ask some of the questions you guys do. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do. Guys, don't forget, Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be here with Kay, the Intuitive Empath. Tuesday with Squirrel. I almost said Squirrel, the Empath. She's empathic, but she's whispering in the forest, guys. And we've got Energy back on Wednesday. And yes. She is. We're doing flip-flops right now. She is back on Wednesday. She's the Metaphysical Crone. You guys can catch her at 10 p.m. We've got Cassidy the Card Slinger at 10 p.m. on Thursdays. And of course, every Friday, you've got me, Journey Ryan. Have a beautiful night, everybody. I will catch all of you guys next Friday.